Listen, we reduced the population of bears, snow leopards, and what was the other? Yeah, we we reduced the population of multiple local fauna by a significant margin.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, man. Sneaky. Remember the time of like, "Alright, we just gotta get to where the helicopter's landing, throw a molly." Why did I get a hit marker? Oh god, it's a flaming leopard.
Hmm. I guess bonus damage.
Actually, yes, because it
Hmm. Plus 25% attack. Enraged.
well, it also animals on fire in Far Cry 4 spread the fire.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where the bonus damage comes from.
Remember that time Snake, I think one of the dumbest experiments you ever did, I think you were like, "I wonder if I can use a Molotov to break a cage." I don't think it worked. You caught a tiger on fire, and then we just shot the lock off anyways. It's like, well, that's just simpler.
Are we talking about some
Now there's a
RPG?
flaming tiger running through camp.
Hmm.
Are we talking about some tabletop RPG?
No. Far Cry.
Oh.
Yeah, fucking great. Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your tiny Poland.
Oof. Oof. Oh, yes. Excellent. It's alcohol time.
Well, I'll go back to listening to creepypastas. Bring me on next time you want to read a horror story. I don't know.
I
That's what
mean,
I'm in the mood for lately.
horror stories.
Yeah, this is a horror story.
Not that kind of horror.
The o- yeah, and this is definitely
The
ours.
one. This is more cosmic horror. What you guys just makes you
Fair
realize
enough.
how
Fair
apathetic
enough.
and unloving the universe really is.
Yeah. If there really was a god,
Thank
he'd
you.
smite all fanfiction authors. Hmm.
Okay, I do alright, I do normally discourage talking of politics, but did that actually just happen?
Yep. It did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real,
was
I
fun.
feel like someone botched their D20 roll on that.
Likely. Likely.
And D20, 25
Deception.
DC bluff check.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah. Excellent. Hmm. Hmm. I have no idea what you're referring to. Anyways, so about those children. I mean, have you?
I think you're getting fucked over by Discord again.
Probably fine. I don't know. I have the stream muted because, hearing double is kind of.
Okay, no. For some reason, OBS decided to reset its audio settings.
Hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
bit
How thoughtful.
So
of
it just reset all of my audio settings. So that's really cool.
Excellent.
Hello, everyone. At least we noticed not 25 minutes into the stream. So we have significantly cut that down
Excellent.
by a large margin from the last incident where this occurred.
Ah, yes.
So anyway, this is Gamer's Wisdom. A singular soul is split into two beings, one good, one evil. For some reason, only evil's capitalized. Both are sent into the world of
Clearly,
DxD.
one is more important.
Mhm,
They're clearly a part of every villain is lemons.
mhm. With the power of the gamer, and are allowed to do whatever they want and live their lives however they want. What will they accomplish? What changes will they make? Why did our idiot of a protagonist put all of their points into wisdom? Okay, so first off, a lot of ground to cover here. I like the concept in a way where it's new. I don't like the concept in a way where it sounds overly complicated, difficult to pull off, and is likely going to have a lower quality of whatever quality was going to originally exist in this story output, because you're now splitting the main character into two characters, and now you have to write one as tropishly good guy, and you have to write the other one as tropishly evil. Because that's the only way you can split someone into their good and evil selves, is if you do it by what the tropes say good and evil is. Like, that's the only way you can do that. Unless you're gonna be like, well, you see, they're evil when they wake up in the morning, and fucking saw Gamer, and I was like, yeah, let's not. But then I remembered what you do in the stream, and I wish you your fortitude luck. Yeah, we're drinking.
Cheers, bro. I'll drink to that.
Woo! So this is a whopping 7 chapters with a 57,000 word marker. It has 200 favorites and only 45 reviews. It was published on July 30th of 2020, which means it's been approximately 7 months, which means he's been releasing about a chapter every single month. One chapter of, let's see, what's that, 57 divided by 7? That's, hold on, I'm doing some advanced math here.
Meth.
8K words per chapter, I believe.
Yeah, roughly. Slightly over 8K average.
So Anyway, if I'm going to expound on this before I get into it so we can get away with my thoughts before we actually start the story and see if I'm correct on deducing what the author is going to be doing here. The author is either going to try and write a comedy interaction between the two, or an antagonistic interaction between the two, where the good guy always does stupid, dumb, good stuff, and the evil guy always does stupid, dumb, evil stuff. And we're apparently just supposed to believe that these are two separate people, that these are the same person. And then possibly the author might later on do some sort of merging of the two, where they become one person again or something. I don't know how the fuck.
What is this garbage? What have I arrived back into?
It's a Gamer DxD story where the author is going with
veto.
a self-insert.
No,
you remember, Adam, you said vetoes don't exist anymore.
I know,
Yeah.
it's a reflex.
I know.
You're in a grave of your own
the
making.
author,
No, hold on a minute. I did not vote to get rid of the vetoes.
Sure you did.
No, I specifically wanted them kept.
Anyway, so as I was saying, so the author decided to not just go with a normal self-insert, and this is a self-insert in this instance, but they wanted the self-insert to then be split into two characters, where one character is going to be tropishly stupid good, and the other character is going to be tropishly stupid evil.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
I don't know. Like I said, it makes the story more complicated and dumb in general, and I'm not really sure what the benefit of doing this, what kind of wish fulfillment this would even cover. Like, I'm really not sure where this would even originate from, in terms of an idea.
Truly, the deepest reaches of hell.
Life.
In a room with nothing besides a desk and chair sat three people. Two of these people looked to be twins, and the third person sat behind the desk, calmly did some paperwork as the twins slept. In their chairs?
Okay, listen, if they haven't been working for like 30 hours straight, I'm gonna need a real good reason why they're sleeping in a chair.
Probably because they've just been isekai'd and had their souls split in half.
Exactly.
What the fuck? Why is this the only tab? Create QR code for this page.
What?
What?
I mean,
What'd you
what?
do?
Why do you do that? Why do you want to do that?
What the fuck? Send
What are
this
you doing?
page.
The fuck did you click? Sneaky?
Chrome.
Chromosome. Why?
Chrome. What the fuck? No, I just looked up at the address bar, and right next to the favorites button is a send this page to device button and a create QR code for this page button, but no other website seems to have that. So I guess this is a fanfiction.net code edition for Chrome. Like,
No,
it's not an add-on I have specifically. I guess they're just
probably a new feature or something. I don't know.
no, because like I said, no other tab has this. Just the fanfiction tab.
Have you tried refreshing another tab?
I did.
Well, that's interesting then.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like I said, I think this is fanfiction.net actually triggering the functions of
Potentially.
Chrome. So that's interesting.
I mean, I'm running a Chromium browser, Brave, and doesn't have it. So
Brave is not Chromium.
yeah, it is. Very fucking sure it is.
No, it's
Because
based
Chrome
on
extension.
it's based on
Chrome
Firefox.
extensions work on it. No. Fucking. Yeah, Brave works with all the same extensions and themes as Chrome. Brave is based on the same open source Chromium code as a number of other browsers.
Huh.
Dumbass.
Could have sworn Brave was
I don't
a fork
know.
of
It's not
Firefox.
Sneaky's fault that he's stupid.
No, look.
Oh.
The guy who
No,
made
Brave
Brave
is based
is
off
a
Chron-
no. The guy who made Brave is a one of the founders of the Firefox.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
he's
doesn't
one of
mean
the
he
founders.
used the
He hated-
Firefox code.
Yeah, he used the Chromium code. He just was one of the members who did it.
I know.
And he
That's
made
why
it
I
the way
thought
it
it
was
was a fork of Firefox. Just like how Ice Moon is a fork of Firefox.
Yeah, but it ain't. So
Yeah, fuck you.
no, that'd be gay.
You know what? I will give the author credit where credit's due. That's a pretty good profile pic.
Eh. They've done one thing well.
Yeah.
So, it appears you two are finally awake. The third person, who was wearing business suit, said.
Who was wearing business suit? Can we get some bets on whether or not Sneaky will kill the stream, or I'll kill myself first before this ends?
Or my lungs kill me.
Oh fuck. Well, the latter, probably.
My name is blank.
You're finally awake.
Really?
You shut the fuck up, or
Are
I
we
will
no,
fly
it-
my ass to Boston and fucking beat you to death.
That's really what he said, though. My name is blank. He literally put a blank in there. And I'm
Actually,
here
better yet,
to assist you
I'll just start posting your address and phone number in Dota 2
on the
again,
way to
like
your
a
next
fucking
life.
bathroom.
That was fucking hilarious.
Do it. I got fucking calls and I just answered them as my pizza place. You fuck. Do it.
All right, Sneaky,
Now,
you heard it.
before we start,
Don't
indeed,
don't
I
do
will.
that actually.
Yep,
Please.
I'm doing it. It's too late. I'm gonna change my username to your phone number.
Fairly certain that's illegal.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's illegal.
How do you know I didn't just randomly input those numbers?
I mean, besides, recorded proof of you performing otherwise at this exact instant.
Literal recorded proof. You fucking mongoloid.
You
Jesus
act like anyone will ever see this podcast.
Aha! He sunk
He
the
is-
ship to
that's
kill the
something.
captain.
Christ.
Probably
This is master plan because now I'm going to show the podcast so people know that I'm not. Oh fuck.
Indeed. My name is blank, and I'm here to assist you on the way to your next life. Now, before we begin, any questions you would like to ask? Both twins
Yeah,
turn
can we
to...
get like a better story with some original ideas, possibly different characters, maybe something that doesn't want to make me shoot myself?
No, it gets better. But by better, I mean worse, of course. Both twins turn to look at each other before looking back, pointing to each other and saying, "Who are they and why do they look exactly like me?" One of the twins, upon hearing this, yelled at the other to shut up and had face of rage. The other apologized to his twin, but kept a smile on his face.
Okay, so not only is this terribly written, they can't even do a decent job of doing a Star Trek teleporter accident.
No, they can't. Now, please calm down. The person who we shall now call blank as his name.
Any chance you'll veto this yourself, Sneaky? Just move us along. That's the sound of a self-veto right.
That put to sea. The name of the ship was GME.
I think that the answer there.
Yeah. Also, so Sneaky. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm drinking.
How you doing?
That's not an answer.
I mean, if it was you, it'd be an answer.
Wow, you're really gonna throw me under the bus like that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's easy to do.
Okay. Okay, I drank a bit. We're good. We're good. Okay.
You sure we're good?
No. Might keep drinking. Oh, Jesus, guys. As his name is unpronounceable, and hereby said that there is half of who you are. They are you, and you are they, as we, my business, and I, split your soul in half for an experiment of sorts.
Fuck this, fuck you, fuck this story.
An experiment on my soul. You could have killed me, changed my personality, or fucked me up. The raging twin
Oh, gee.
yelled.
The irony.
The irony, indeed. The raging twin yelled, while the other stayed silent, content with listening. The raging twin continued to yell and scream words at Blank until he was out of breath and a bit exhausted from doing so. Now that we're done with your episode, I'll continue explaining things. What fucking dialogue is this? This is
It's the
that's a good
dialogue of
question.
someone Sneaky. It's the dialogue of someone jerking themselves off. This is it in written form.
Oh god, I don't understand. Why? This is like beyond Oblivion tier dialogue. Where someone...
Hey, don't you insult Oblivion's writing by comparing it to this garbage.
Where someone just like fucking comes in, starts justifiably screaming at the top of their lungs, swearing and shouting, and instead of like actually putting what they're saying in captions, it just goes incoherent shouting noises. And then the NPC turns to the other NPC and goes, "Okay, well now that you're done with your episode, let me continue the explanation."
I mean, you're not wrong.
They said with complete patience as opposed to half patience, while also putting their pen away and putting their hands together on their desk.
Who are they? Ozpin?
Yes. Well, no, it's not Ozpin. He didn't sip coffee yet.
True.
We split your soul into two halves. As I said previously. One half is rage and negativity, while the other half is peace and positiveness. I'm confused, author. You said in the summary that one half was good and the other half was evil, but now you're saying that actually it's negative emotions and positive emotions? You do realize people can get off on murder, right? So
I don't think they do.
I'm just saying, just throwing this out here that positive emotions can be had while doing what is considered evil acts. So splitting the soul into good and evil, but then saying it's actually negativity and positivity. You just created two serial killers. Just throwing that out there. We filled in half of your soul and added some other things in there that will help you with what you want to do. May I ask you a question? The calm one finally spoke up and asked a question. Proceed.
If the question isn't this a massive ethics violation, I'll be disappointed.
Is there an OSHA representative I can contact?
Is there Soul OSHA?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I fucking died and I looked to my right and there's a fucking little stamp on this hallway. Inspected by OSHA. Date 2020.
Now, normally we'd be sending you to the afterlife, but we technically lost our afterlife OSHA certification. So right now we're just shuffling everyone into the isekai program. You don't really have a choice, but we do hope you enjoy it.
It's not FDA approved.
The isekai program was not approved by OSHA, the FDA, the CDC, or how do you pronounce the Bureau of Alcohol? BAFTA? No,
ATF.
no, that's a
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
Yeah.
let's be real here. The ATF should have been a corner store, not an agency.
And yet, America.
But
Yeah.
anyway, so
Truly a shame.
I'm
Truly a
kind of
shame.
laughing now, where it's like, yeah, if the Isekai program didn't make it through any of these regulatory companies, then how did it? Oh, well, it's a project from the CIA. Of course it is.
Ah. I see.
Of course,
See,
the CIA have figured out a way to send violently unstable people into other realities to gain power.
Yeah, see, the CIA has extra-dimensional concerns. They have what?
Why am I not surprised in the fucking slightest by this information?
It's like, yeah, so they have some extra-dimensional concerns, okay, and they send highly unstable terrorists in there to keep those worlds destabilized so they can continue to powermonger. Same playbook, I see. Same playbook.
Same playbook. What do you want us to do? Blank smiled a bit upon hearing this. Just live your life however you want. From that, we'll be able to take the results of our experiment and do with it as we must. Now would normally be some other stuff where I would say things, but it's mostly just formal stuff and whatnot. So with that being said and
They
done,
violated all the OSHA standards. I get to skip that this time.
Stop right
because
there,
we've
criminal scum. You violated the
blatantly,
law.
just completely violated every single standard of ethics and morals that exists, we're just gonna skip the formal stuff and just send you on your way.
Just gonna skip everything that's, ethical.
Please enjoy your next life and continue to make yourselves, continue to be yourselves as much as you can, he says, after
We need you
having
to
split
continue
them
to
in
remain
half.
yourself despite the fact that we've
literally
split you in half.
We've
and added
literally
things to
removed your
personality.
ability. Yeah, like, we've literally removed your ability to feel negative emotions or positive emotions. Please continue acting as you normally would. It's like,
Okay, look,
Hold on.
while that wouldn't make much of a difference for Sneaky,
Hold
it makes
on,
a huge
whoa,
difference for the rest
whoa.
of us.
Oh, no. First off, I think if I was ever split in half into my negative and positive emotions, my negative half would probably either instantly try and kill himself and succeed, or try and kill a shit ton of people, succeed, and then kill himself.
I'm aware.
Well, my positive half
Would die
probably
immediately.
would just also die immediately, yeah. Because
let's be real.
secret,
Lack of sustenance.
the secret here is that I'm so apathetic I couldn't care about dying. So it's one
Wait,
big loop.
No, Sneaky, I can see the experiment for you now. We tried to split you into your negative side and your positive side, but we really ended up splitting you into a negative side and an apathetic side.
Game over. So anyway, and he snapped his fingers and they both disappeared. Now let's move the narrative away from this room and move it to the protagonist of this story. Our protagonist is someone who will make great change in world for being
Fuck
different
yourself.
than everyone. He will strive to do great things and will cause world to vastly change. The protagonist is a good soul. What, did you think
God,
this
I
was
would
evil
rather
story?
go read I was reincarnated as a spider.
To be fair, that's not actually a bad thing.
You
Like,
know,
the manga.
it's
The manga
not
for
great.
Spider. It's,
Yeah,
as an isekai, it's actually like one of the better ones out there.
yeah.
Because
But
it's
that's-
actually
I
fucking
mean-
original in like
But that's
And
like
those ways.
calling was it the Dragon's Roar or whatever the fucking story we read last time. That's like saying, oh well, yeah, it was a 4.5 for a time loop, Fick. You know?
I mean, yeah, yes.
Oh, that was great for an isekai. It's like, well, yeah. Wow, when your average is diarrhea, I'm sure a semi-solid shit is considered a great job.
I mean, actually though, like it's not bad.
Oh, I know.
I'll say that much.
I'm
In
shit,
all
I'm
seriousness,
shitposting
it's actually
about
not
it.
bad.
Yeah, it's not bad
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
But you know, since I'm in salt mode tonight, A, I'm gonna be a little harsher than I might be otherwise, and
Aren't
B,
you always?
no, not always.
You're still like unfairly harsh most of the time. These stories.
Yeah.
says the king of low standards.
Here's the thing: my standards, as far as writing and whatnot go, are actually fairly appropriate, and I'm at least consistent between my writing and what I give people shit for.
That's very true. You are that.
In a simple room, laying down, sleeping in a bed, was the protagonist of this story. A few minutes passed with him sleeping, until eventually he stirred and sat up on the bed. Another
Come
minute
on, author,
passed.
give us the twist. It's a completely different person. It has nothing to do with those two lunatics.
That would have been funny. Another minute passed before he sat up and leaned against the headboard. Once in place and comfortable, a translucent light blue screened. A translucent light blue screened.
Yeah, you read it right. Go on, keep going.
Opened up in front of him. Congratulations! You have been gifted the Gamer, thanks to an entity of high power. The Gamer is an ability from another universe in which we have been able to replicate and improve on certain areas. The power in which this power will give you the ability to live your life as it was a game, and as if you were a game character. There are multiple abilities that the Gamer offers, but first, let's get you started with the basics.
Why does this sound like a shitty game show host?
That's what I'm going for.
No, I know, but even the actual, like, even if you weren't reading it this way, the dialogue would come across that way.
That's why I'm reading it this way.
I know that. I'm asking, author,
No,
why have you written in this manner?
because the author's garbage. Please say stats to open your stats page. Stats. Question mark Agath is your name. Job, the Gamer. That's not how that works. That's not. Okay, that's not how that works at all. Author. That's not how that works.
Sure it is.
Listen, if I got the Gamer, I would definitely want like an FF sphere grid job system. Just saying, sphere grid best grid.
I mean, maybe I don't know. It's just like, dude, I'm really just not. I don't really vibe with the job system. I just really don't vibe with it. It's like, maybe if it's like a sort of you pick this and you're done sort of thing, maybe, or if it's a Dark Souls style where you pick this and that changes what your loadout is at the start of the game, but doesn't change anything past that point. I just really don't like the whole, like, oh, you can exchange one job for the other and change around bonuses and shit like that. Like, I don't know, it just feels like an unnecessary level.
I mean, it's fan fiction. Isn't all of this unnecessary?
Well, yes, but
Well, yes, but we were speaking specifically about the Final Fantasy job system in this instance.
Well, I was speaking specifically about
I haven't
Japanese
been paying
RPGs
attention for the last
in
like
general.
10 minutes, so
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, everything's 10, blah blah blah. Please create a first name to differentiate yourself from your evil twin. Our protagonist.
Just gonna throw that out there right
Bagel.
at the start, huh?
God, if he puts an X in the name, I'm gonna fucking scream.
No,
What's
no,
your-
he's the good guy. He's not gonna put an X in
What's
his
your
name.
first name? Oh yeah, it's XX420 Weed Blaze It XX.
You are aware you're the good guy.
What if I don't want to
Good
be
point.
the good guy anymore?
XX69 Weed Blaze It 42069XX.
Based.
Maybe I'll just let this world die.
Oh god. Our protagonist thought for a couple of seconds, originally trying to think of his original first name, but for some reason he just couldn't think of it. Oh wow, how convenient. His last name was the same as before, and he knew that for a fact. And he could remember that clear as day. As he tried to search through his memories, I love how the author is just flat out like, oh yeah, the main character can't remember his first name, but he knows for certain that the last name he remembers is definitely what it was. It's like, bro, you literally just full on admitted you don't remember your first name. How the fuck can you have any confidence that what you remember as your last name is actually your last name?
Because it's the good half, and good includes naive.
I suppose so. And you know what? Max, there's another story idea. Write that down. A naively evil guy who kind of just, assumed that things would proceed as planned and shit like that,
What do you mean my minions failed?
He breaks into the bank and put the money in the bag. Sir, this is a holiday. We're low on money today. Wait, what do you mean you're low on money today?
It's President... Sir, this is President's Day weekend. There's no money here.
Like, oh, well, shit. I think that would make a good shorts sort of thing,
Yes. A series of shorts,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that would be like a 4-coma style manga.
The villain that can never do anything right. Let's see here. Blah blah blah. He tried to search through his memories to continue searching for his name. Wait, he tried to search his memories to continue searching for his name. Wait, where the fuck was he looking for his name previous to this? Continue searching for his name, which means he was
His
searching for his name
subconscious?
without trying to remember it. Which means, was he like checking his fucking underwear before this? He was like giving himself a wedgie, trying to look at what the name on the underwear was,
No, Sneaky. Clearly he was trying to Facebook. He was trying to reverse Facebook stalk himself.
Oh, of course, yeah. My bad.
Who was I? Is this me and Maui? With
You know what? I gotta say, Facebook. I definitely also want to see maybe a Hallmark. I think that would be good. I think I should sell this idea to Hallmark. Where the premise is that one of the main characters of the classic love story gets amnesia, but they had a Facebook that backed up everything. Like they constantly Facebooked everything they did, and so when the person woke up with amnesia, they were like, "Well, here's your phone, and here's your Facebook, and you can learn about yourself." And the person's going through their Facebook, and they're like, "Wow, I was a fucking garbage ass human."
was a terrible person.
And they make a decision to basically like live their life the opposite of what they lived on Facebook.
I mean, that's a decent enough Hallmark idea. It's stupid and sappy and bound to get attention.
Exactly. I think I'm going to sell that to Hallmark. Not
and
like they need any help.
It will be played by one of 8 nearly indistinguishable female leads.
Oh my god, I know.
Okay,
you
no,
know,
seriously?
Look, I shit on Hallmark a lot, but they have been net positive in terms of income for like years now.
Oh no! I shit on Hallmark, right? It's like David Hogg or Haig or whatever is making a pillow company. I'm like, aha, we've reached the end game. He had a brief political career. He got people to believe the holier than thou nonsense, and now he's started a pillow company that people are going to throw money at because we're supporting the good people, and he's going to make a pile of money and join the elite and ride off into the sunset. And I say this with all sincerity, good job.
Yeah,
I
right.
wish I'd been that smart. I'm sorry you went through a tragedy. Good recovery, kid.
I'm sorry you bullied a guy into shooting up your school and then weren't even at the school when the shooting occurred. But good job capitalizing on it.
Based?
I feel like there's some venom in that statement.
What?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No venom here. Only Jim Beam, which is basically venom, I guess.
I say that is venom.
It's vile is what it is. Woo!
But that aside, like seriously, it's just like honestly, that's what makes me believe that human cloning is definitely working just fine, and the government just hasn't told us. Is the Hallmark movies?
Look, as much as I was clowning on Hallmark, like their actors are actually pretty fucking rich these days because of how well it's working out.
I'm saying it's disturbing how they have like 8 nearly identical women such that you cannot tell the difference between them.
I'm not disturbed by that at all. That's common.
It's witchcraft,
It's
and
women.
we should investigate.
Sneaky can't see.
And D already failed. We're on to plan C now.
Anyway, so he knew that he was almost at the end of his senior year in America for high school. Really, you're just gonna out yourself like that, author?
Yep.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
You
since you
know.
said it,
I mean, I would hope
maybe paying
that,
a little bit
that
more attention
a
in English.
senior would have a little bit better grasp of English, but you know,
Yeah.
we can't win them all.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you're paying a little bit more attention in English before you try the ambitious project of writing your own story. But
The ambitious project of writing your own story with yourself.
yes. And he knew that he liked art, but couldn't remember details like where he lived, or what grades he had. I assure you, author, they weren't good. After another minute, apparently because he counted or something, he finally answered the input. Adam. My name will be Adam.
I can't help but feeling that you may be giving away a wee bit too much personal information.
Personally, if I was isekai and had some sort of game interface, please input your name bullshit. My most likely answer probably would be Kane. I probably would unironically use Kane.
Why?
Wow.
Which Kane?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like a million. I assume you mean
Bible
biblical Cain.
Yeah, biblical Kane.
Imagine not using Legacy of Kane.
Sorry, I'm not a 6'3" overly buff bald guy. I fear for my life if I would try to use that one.
Imagine not using a red hair Cain as in the red-haired cavalier from Fire Emblem.
No, King of Murder. I'm cool with that. I dig it. Name
But
accepted.
Sneaky. Does the King of Murder has 70% strength growth? I don't think so.
I mean, depending on your mythology.
That's a fair point.
Yes.
Now I will say, if I was ever split in half, my positive or apathetic half probably would end up going with Abel, just for the meme factor, because I would know I would probably try and kill myself at some point.
Done.
And
So
it's
which
like,
one would you be the Dex character, and which one would be the Strength character?
Kane is obviously the strength character.
Yeah, Kane would be the strength character. Definitely the in-your-face, reckless, full frontal. The apathetic would probably 100% be the magic caster. Name accepted. Please spend your stat points to differentiate yourself from your twin once again. This is another thing that I'm a little bit confused by, where it's like, okay, well, sure, it's their negative and positive halves, but if they're the same person, wouldn't in the end they generally have the same idea? Like, I'm not using myself as a benchmark for this because I'm really not a good benchmark for anything on normal behavior. So I'm just kind of, speculating out here. Like, wouldn't a normal person typically just go the same route regardless? Because it's not evil and good, it's positive and negative. So, and last I checked, speech was not a stat. So, wouldn't, if positive feelings were created by murder, wouldn't someone who really wants to murder people by, brutally slaughtering them with strength still pick points in strength? And if that person was also angry, wouldn't they try to brutally slaughter them with strength, so they would still put points into strength? Like, I'm really confused. This is why I was talking about in the summary, where I'm like, well, how is he going to really roll this with the personality? Because either the personalities get supplanted by evil and good tropes, or they're just completely fucking whack bullshit, because it's just like, how do you split a person in half and say this half only encounters positive emotions and this half only has negative emotions? Like, we have literally no basis for that. So there is something to be said about trying something new, but when the new idea you're trying literally just flat out makes no fucking sense at all, and you've already contradicted yourself on how you're doing it twice now, And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you're only given 5 stat points to accomplish this differentiation. It's like, only 5? That's how I'm gonna difference myself from my twin, is only 5 points?
Like, what if we both are like, luck is the best stat, pump luck?
Or what if your reaction is to everything, oh, well, I should at least get my VIT to 50 first. Before you start going down other traits. It's like, well, I can't get other traits if I'm dead, so I'll just pump my HP at first.
Genius.
Which, personally, again, that's another thing I would do if I ever ended up in an isekai or gamer scenario. Pump my constitution stat or anything related to how much health I gain. Because there's really no point in doing anything else if I can't survive it.
Well, I mean, Sneaky, if you don't lose your natural debuffs, then you're probably gonna need it.
That's fair enough. But if I don't lose my natural debuffs, that would mean I also have my natural buffs of just having a naturally high constitution as well.
True.
So
true.
I'm already halfway there.
Damage over time, it adds up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining he's in an isekai with the appraised skill, and someone looks at him and just goes, what the fuck?
So I'm like Don Machi or something, where the god's giving me the blessings and my already applied blessings show up, and they're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, or like, right, or so I'm a spider, now what? How are you alive? The appraisal says you should be dead.
That's what the doctor said too.
In fact, the
That is
system is
relative.
convinced you're dead.
Sneaky is already dead inside.
You know, I entirely would not be surprised if I was supposed to die like 10 years ago, and I've just been holding on this entire time. Wouldn't shock me at all.
Spite.
Effectively, I've just been spamming endure this whole time.
You've just been quiet. I will out heal the toxic. Chugs Estus.
My
I mean,
bottomless
that's how you get
Estus.
through some of the areas in Dark Souls 3.
Let's see. Anyway, Adam looked over his stacks and contemplated which each of them was for.
Fucking
Really?
retard.
He quickly decided to explain each stat to himself out loud.
Jesus
Please.
Why would he need to?
Please.
Uh,
I would like
You know-
to thank this author for vindicating me that I am not unfairly harsh and that they are in fact
Using
dumber than a sack of
tomatoes as the basis.
I think this guy's int stat is way too high.
I
Should be negative 10.
I do like the tomatoes analogy. Strength is being able to crush a tomato. Dexterity is being able to dodge a tomato. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato would be part of a fruit salad, but wisdom is knowing that a tomato isn't put into fruit salad, but charisma is selling salsa.
What's luck in this analogy?
There's no the tomatoes analogy is made for D&D, so luck doesn't exist.
Oh.
Yeah. The classic response is to then leave it open and not have charisma be mentioned in the tomatoes analogy. So when someone inevitably goes and charisma is selling salsa in response to that analogy, you reply with, "And we found the bard."
I thought the bard would want to fuck the tomato, but I guess that's just my experiences with people who play with it.
And we found the nose hair.
Yeah, indeed. No.
So now your list consists of a tomato, a bag of Doritos. What's next? A steak sandwich?
No, they're linked, dude. Don't you see? Tomatoes, bag of Doritos.
It wasn't me, by the way. I DM'd for a person who tried to fuck a watermelon.
Why would
He was convinced it was a mimic.
That does
That
not
doesn't-
materially improve the
That
state.
actually
No, it
that
doesn't.
actually unimproves the situation. I'm gonna have to ask
I'm
you to
just-
stop.
Understandable. I will stop telling the story.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
sure.
So anyway, the author tries to do the tomato analogy, but he does it worse.
Of course he does.
Yeah, he just over explains the entire thing. Like, wisdom is knowing that even if it's a fruit, it doesn't belong in fruit salad. So therefore, the higher your wisdom is, the better your common sense is.
I don't even know what to say, honestly.
Yeah. Now, from all of this personal experience he just announced out loud to the audience, he decided that it was probably best to ask the system before he used the points. But before he was able to ask, the system gave him 1 wisdom point for thinking about what he knew. What? I gained a wisdom point for thinking about what I knew? Your wisdom increased because you decided to ask for help even though you know what all stats do. By doing so and trying to confirm what you knew was a sound and correct judgment. Therefore, your wisdom increases.
No, you already know what they do. You've got a guide telling you what they do. If for whatever reason you don't believe what's literally in front of you, not only are you massively paranoid, which I actually support,
Honestly,
but
I would
asking
support...
the thing which gave you the information that you do not trust is stupid.
Personally, I would say in this instance, I would prefer if he was like, because thanks to continuous judgment, your intelligence has dropped by 1 and your wisdom has increased by 1. You know, for being fucking stupid, but at least you thought it out first.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, you know what? I'll give you that, because I am a fan of, if you're going to be stupid, do it intelligently.
I took this drug and it makes my brain bigger. So does that mean you're smarter now?
It makes my brain go brr.
I'm stupid, but faster.
That is such a great little comic. Also, Sneaky.
Mm.
I just had the game do something real stupid.
Oh?
Yeah, I decided to give some money to a homeless vet. Goes into a cutscene, so I'm still holding the focus button.
Yeah.
Cutscene ends and he draws the pistol aimed at the vet. I'm like, wait,
As
hang
you do.
on.
Wait, what game?
Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, no.
God. Red Dead.
I'm just like, I'm real glad I wasn't like mashing the trigger because, oh boy, this could have ended poorly in the middle of a town.
Nice. I know it.
Can you
was
spare
Max.
some change, Sonny?
No,
Sure thing, old man.
The worst
Gives him
thing
gives him
possible
25 cents. Bam!
was Gura's last Red Dead stream, where she robbed the town doctor, but then died and thought that her progress wasn't saved, even though it took away some of her money and told her that she now had a bounty. So she ran back into town again and tried to rob the doctor again, but the doctor was already robbed. So the law came after her again, and she died again and lost more money and had her bounty increase again. And she kept doing this over and over again, thinking that the doctor was just like away or something, and not that she had already robbed him, even though the chat is screaming
I
for
came
her.
back to Gura fighting 7,000 men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though the chat is screaming for her to run because she already robbed the doctor, she's like not looking at the chat. And so at one point she decides she's gonna stand and fight in the town graveyard against all of the law. And she's like, they just keep coming. And I'm looking at her bounty, it's like $450 now. I'm like, girl, for fuck's sake, run.
People were even like super chatting her like, please run.
Fucking shark.
By the way, who's excited for her to go back to Luigi's Mansion in like 2 hours?
Yeah.
Did you just not play like any GTA game before now?
She played Red Dead 1 apparently when it came out. Never played it again. And hasn't played any of the GTA games.
Okay, I don't know how Red Dead did things, but like that's been since GTA 4 at least and onwards. That's sorry, not even 4, 3. Definitely since 3 and onwards, that's been a mainstay of like you don't lose progress unless you're in a mission. Everything just keeps going.
I actually think you did lose progress in Red Dead. I don't remember because I remember getting
when you died, you lost progress. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember going hunting at one point in the game, and I hadn't saved in a while. And then this fucking mountain lion jumped me, and I lost 2 hours of progress, and I was very upset.
I like that it's always the mountain lion.
It's always the fucking mountain lion.
Either a mountain
I
lion
hear someone be like, I died in Red Dead. It's almost
or
always
the
a
exact same thing, but whatever.
Oh yeah, it's always the mountain lion.
Speaking of which, I literally last night I was playing some Red Dead, and the lion spawned on top of my horse and proceeded to one-shot me off of my horse and just instant killed me. The lion literally spawned on the horse and just was like, spawn, roar, / dead. I'm like, what the fuck?
Jump scare.
What was I supposed to do about that?
Obviously, you were supposed to have your anti-lion equipment ready.
Yeah, fucking apparently. But, whatever. So anyway, back to this garbage story. Adam made sure to remember what all the stats were, even though he can just look it up at any point in time. and he asked the system to see if he could keep them for later use. And after getting confirmation that he can access this stat explanation screen at any time.
Hold on a minute. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You're supposed to spend these 5 points to separate yourself from your bad self.
Yes.
You also have to go and draw out your true strength when you turn back.
Okay, no, shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the system is saying, yes, the 5 points we're giving you to make sure you're different from your twin can in fact not be used. Yes. And that's my other point, is if you're the sort of personality that likes to be conservative and conserve things, I mean a literal fashion conservative, like, oh, well, I can spread this toothpaste out if I use a little bit less every day sort of thing. Yeah. That's not going to change whether you're positive or negative. Whether you're really happy or really sad, you're not going to stop being conservative all of a sudden. If you are given the option of, hey, you can have 5 stat points, you have to spend them now. Oh, can I save them? Yes. Then both of you are probably going to save them. Because, assumedly, by the stats all being 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and the 5 stat points being given to you saying that you have to spend them to make sure you're different from your twin, implies that your twin is also getting 5 stat points and is also having 10 in each stat. Meaning that if, according to this game, your intelligence is your ability to remember and acquire knowledge, and your wisdom is the ability to use the knowledge and think about your actions. Meaning, if both personalities have a wisdom stat and an intelligence stat of 10, they will both be using the knowledge and acquiring the knowledge at the exact same rate, which means that they will both come to the exact same conclusion, which means they will both try to save the stats, which means, author, that your attempt to differentiate the stats between the two failed. Author, I don't say this very often. I usually just stick to making fun of people's works. It is actually quite rare when I go after the author. But author, you are functionally retarded. And I fully mean that. I am in awe of your ability to type a facsimile of the English language onto a sheet of paper and hit send. I am in awe of your ability to figure out how to make an account on fanfiction.net and remember to breathe at the same time.
What are you?
Oh, I am in absolute awe. Can you not hear the sheer awe in my voice when I talk about this author?
I can hear a lot of Jim Bean.
Sounds a lot more like Fury, I'm gonna be honest.
Why would I be mad at the author? It's not like I'm being forced to drink Jim Bean to forget this story.
Well, I mean, you're technically not being forced, but
Yeah, really. No,
close
no
enough.
one's forcing you.
No one's forcing me. That's true. But I'm doing it anyway, so I'm gonna blame the author for my mistakes. So anyway, once again, to differentiate yourself from your twin who has the exact same stats as you and the exact same personality as you, but different means of showing it, we will let you choose a sacred gear. You may only pick one from this list. And to make sure that your twin is different from you, we will be sure to give your twin a completely different list. You may only pick one. So remember that.
Is there a sacred gear that lets me pick more sacred gears?
Twice critical. A sacred gear which doubles your physical power once for 1 minute. Makes you slightly draconic, which means you do 10% less you take 10% less damage of fire and deal 10% more. What about ice dragons? Lame.
Yeah. Dark dragons, light dragons, earth dragons. This is
The extending staff, a cheap imitation of Sun Wukong's Ryu Jingu Bangu. This staff can extend or retract 3 feet, gives you basic staff proficiency. Memory fragment, allows you to remember a memory of your past that made you who you were.
It's like a trash sacred gear.
Yeah, just a little bit. This offers no actual benefit beyond allowing you to remember yourself. Number 4, 10 beginner grade health potions.
That
Tastes
is
like
not
cherries.
a sacred gear.
10 beginner grade mana potions. 10 beginner grade mana potions that taste like grape.
Are you?
7 random thing. Something random. It could be anything. You could get a rock, a sword, immortality. Chances are random, so you might just end up with a pile of dirt or becoming God.
Gee, I wonder what will occur, Sneaky.
I don't
Do
know.
you think
Atin.
it will be dirt? I think it will be dirt.
I
and the
think it
author
will be
cleverly
dirt, too.
subvert our expectations.
Yes, I too agree that this author will obviously subvert our expectations as he has done so far.
Quite cleverly, I might add.
Truly, indeed.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go to report to my totally human boss, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, yes. Our very human boss, who is 100% made of human.
And not lizard.
Or robot.
Or
Yeah.
lizard robot.
Alien lizard robots from the deep seas.
He knows too much, take him out.
Boy,
While all the
Shut down.
choices were good, and saving it for later would be the obvious best option.
Wait, what? No! 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 You can get one extraordinarily powerful weapon. Literally, one of the most powerful objects in the universe. No amount of waiting will make it get better. I should save this for when I really need it. No, you should take it now.
What? 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 What?
Look, I'm one of the perennial hoarding types in video games, and even I know when the appropriate time to just smash that use button is.
Oh no, I'm the absolute same. I'm the kind of guy that runs around in New Vegas with like half of my body weight in drugs. But there will be that one encounter where I'm like, all right, time to like blow every single one of these drugs at the same time.
And that's when you're just like, okay, there's a bunch of Legion soldiers like right there. Time to just fucking down knees and hope
Well, see,
I
here's the
don't
thing, right?
die.
I'm the guy who goes through the game with 6 million stim packs because I just pick up the AM rifle as soon as I possibly can and laugh in silenced explosive browns.
Yeah.
Yeah. But every once in a while, you run into a situation where it's like, okay, I have 2,556 and the Bozar, and I don't like you.
I'm just gonna proceed to inject every single drug in my inventory until you're dead.
This is honestly one of the things I liked. One of the few things I liked about the newer Fallout games, are just like, oh yeah, you can actually just use, well, I guess not newer, just Fallout 4, the Stringer, which means you could just fucking use the drugs, the fucking 300 pounds of drugs you found to just fucking inject your enemies with poison and shit like that. So they're like actually useful if you don't plan on like just shooting up at any point.
No, hold up.
What?
Drugs are one of the most useful things in the game, even though I almost never use them. Because they are worth hella money.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
yes.
not only are drugs worth a lot in the Fallout games specifically, but it's also they're pretty lightweight. and they're also very useful to just have on you. And personally, it's why I grade Fallout 4 higher than Fallout New Vegas, because with Fallout 4 I didn't have to use the inbuilt systems to play the game. Like with Fallout New Vegas, if you're not using VATS to do all of your aiming for you, you're gonna have a less fun time than if you did. Because the aiming in Fallout New Vegas sucks shit. And Fallout 3's was even worse. But anyway, so yeah, he gets told he gets the sacred gear, but half of these aren't even sacred gears, and half of these aren't even gear. And then he gets a random option, and he's like, all right, well, I think the best idea would be to save this for an unknown reason. I'm really... Like, this is the problem. So his gear options are 2 sacred gears, which are cheap knockoffs of the original sacred gear they're based on. Fine. Or some mana health and mana potions, or memory fragment, or random. Which, okay, so why would you save this for later? Like, the time to use any of these is at the start. They are all specifically super weak items. Like, your beginner health potions aren't going to be useful later on, because they are beginning health potions. They are not going to heal you all that much later on, because they're useful in the beginning. The knockoff sacred gears. Oh wow, it lets you double your power, your physical power, for 1 minute. Okay. Or the staff that extends 3 feet. Oh wow, amazing. I am sure it's going to be really useful when you have to fight people 30 feet away, later on. Like, all of this is I will give credit where credit's due. It's not all sacred gears, but it is all starting gear. So it's not like I have to pick my OP power. It's like, alright, do you want to start with the mace, sword, or hammer? Oh, well, I'll save that choice for later. I'll save that choice for later. It's like, no, you need a weapon. You want a mace, sword, or hammer? Oh, no, I'll wait till later. It's like...
No, when you walk out of this room, there's going to be things trying to kill you. But, like, if I wait until I see what's trying to kill me, I can pick the best weapon. It's goblins. You're fighting goblins. Just pick a weapon and bash their skulls in.
You're level 1. Like, there isn't a large range of what you're going to be fighting, I'm just... The author is trying to be like, oh man, isn't my character so fucking smart? But at the same time, he's showing off how fucking stupid he is. The author, not the character.
Hoarding everything is not smart. It is, in fact, the opposite of smart.
Because, like, hoarding everything is all fine and dandy in a video game. Hoarding everything in real life is pretty fucking stupid, because it turns out that if you hoard everything, you die.
Because here's the thing, right? If I'm playing a video game, and I'm hoarding all the good weapons, and I refuse to use them, no matter what boss fight, I can, assuming I am not trash at video games, eventually make it through that boss fight without ever using the good stuff.
Yeah, and it makes you get better, but you'll lose a lot. Breath of the Wild.
But that's irrelevant, because
it's a video game.
You will eventually succeed.
Yeah. But this is real life.
But this is real life.
And you'll die.
You don't get to go, you know what? I lost to the 4 kings. I should have just yeeted all the magic at them. I mean, that's actually a terrible option, but you know what I mean.
Sneaky learned that the hard way.
That was a I hated that fight. I hated that fight so fucking much. I'm gonna posthumously apologize to your ears, Max, because I was screaming during that fight.
I'm like, I'm working on this thing. He's like, but there's 2 more. What do you mean there's 2 more?
So what if we just spawned all 4 right fucking on you? It's like, oh Jesus Christ.
Oh, the best part was I just sat there tanking their hits. because they don't hit that hard.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I mean, they hit
for
hard.
you, they hit hard, but for you, they weren't hitting hard. And you
I
tanked
wish
3
that-
of them, and there's me in the fucking background screaming my head off, running back and forth with one of the last ones chasing me. I'm like, I can't do anything because they fucking one-shot me.
I think my favorite part about the 4 Kings fight is that it can become the, like, 82 King fight. If you just keep taking forever.
Oh, yeah, because it just keeps spawning them on a timer, I think is what it was.
Yeah, it's just a timer. First one spawns. All right, you got 2 minutes. It's less than 2 minutes, but
Yeah, that fight was definitely interesting.
That got a little bit hectic, yeah. Can I just jump down this hole? No. We should probably check first jumps down hole.
Or you could just do that.
please tell me you didn't have the abyss, the Covenant of the Abyss at that time, so you just fell to your death.
No, I had it. No.
Oh.
What happened was, Max is like, oh, the 4 Kings are over here. I'm like, okay, and he's like running down the circle. That's like, it's a lot of fucking steps. Can I just like roll off these steps and fall into the abyss? Does that work? Yes. The answer is yes. That works.
I just see Sneaky go shooting by. And it's like,
By the way, Sneaky,
No.
I think you got your video quality options back.
Oh, it's great to hear.
Yeah,
No
'cause,
one's here.
looking forward to you losing them on Tuesday.
I'm looking forward to losing them on Tuesday as well, because right now we have no one here to enjoy it.
What a shame.
That's why I have them back. It's Twitch is watching me.
Yeah.
Twitch is actively toying with you.
No one's watching his stream right now. Quick, give him back his quality options.
Excellent.
But he was like, wow, memory fragment, that sounds really important. Sure, it didn't give him any benefits, but gaming isn't always about killing things and fighting to the death.
Wrong! Just wrong.
You might have been right, author, if it wasn't for the fact that the first 2 sacred gears you offered were about increasing your power or giving
And
you a weapon.
escalating physical violence.
Right, yeah. If the first 2 things weren't about escalating physical violence, I might have been able to agree with you. But literally your options are escalate physical violence or escalate physical violence in a slightly less escalational manner. It's like, video games aren't all about violence. It's like, bro, I think you're going into one of the violent ones. It's like going into a Call of Duty lobby and being like, yeah, I don't need a gun. I'm gonna choose the old locket. Because not all video
Has
games
a happy
are about
picture of your
killing.
family. Does not contain a bullet. Does not contain a nuclear launch code.
Not all games are about violence, he says, as he joins the Call of Duty lobby. It's like, buddy, that might be true, but this one definitely fucking is. That 10 wisdom score is really working out for you. Most games were entirely about killing and violence, but there's also lore in video games.
The lore is usually about killing and violence and why you're participating in it.
Games aren't always about physical violence, but sometimes they are, but there is also lore in video games, so that's why he's not going to pick a weapon.
No, he's going to pick the old pendant on his first playthrough.
Yeah, it's like wait, what? Hold on. What? Video games aren't always about violence. Most of them are. So therefore, I'm not going to pick a weapon because lore is cool.
Well, and here's the thing, right? Like, like, the twice critical, yes, it's a knockoff. It's not that bad of a knockoff.
Doubling your physical power is pretty good. Just saying, you know. With that in mind, he selected Memory Fragment for the lore.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? The lore?
That's a Lorax your ass.
Ugh.
He remembered being in middle school and taking an English test and having to read a story with grammar questions in it. As soon as he saw the title of the story, he became confused as he couldn't actually remember the title. He just remembered taking the test for it. And then he finished up his shower before drying and getting dressed.
Hold up. Hold up. This is part of what made you what you are. And you're trying to tell me that some kid had a significant portion of his personality informed by a grammar
English
test.
Yeah, a grammar test, yeah. So then the game goes, I'm surprised you picked Memory Fragment because it literally has no use at all whatsoever. But that's besides the point. With
We
you
even
receiving
gave you
your-
a shitty memory.
Yeah. Well, that's literally the point of it, though. It's supposed to not be useful, period. It literally even says in the description, Memory Fragment, no use whatsoever. So it's a non-vital memory that will never give you any information about anything important, period. So it won't remind you of like a good book to copy from. It won't remind you of anything important. It's just going to be like, oh yeah, remember that time I woke up and made rice for breakfast? And
That was
that's
some
it.
good rice.
Yeah, and that's the memory. It's like, wow. You've really made a good... I could have had a gun, but I picked the old medallion instead, so now I can look at a picture of my mother as the guy shoots me in the face. Okay. With you having received your starting gear, it's time for the final part of the intro to the game, your new life. In this world, you have existed for 17 years. This new life is stylized so that it fits your personality perfectly and that you will be able to act as yourself. Your memory of that life is now unlocked. And immediately after the game said this, Adam remembered his life in this world. His brother, whose name he now knows as Lucian, and him were originally born to loving parents, but after an argument, the parents divorced and split the twins apart, with each parent getting one child each.
Okay, hold
Who
on.
named
Which
Lucy?
parent got the evil child? Is it the dad or the mom?
Obviously,
Because I think
the
that'll
father.
tell us a lot about the author.
Oh, his father took him while the mother took Lucian. I'm using my powers of deduction. My Watson powers are activating.
Oh fuck. It's gonna ground pound our moms. Everyone get down.
The ghost of Sigmund Freud grows stronger and confused, but
Oh, fuck.
definitely stronger.
He grows stronger with every man who wants to do anything in his family. The stronger Sigmund Freud
Anytime you say
grows,
family and
stronger
Freud's
Alabama
a ghost
grows.
is around,
So what you're saying is that the entire stepbrother section of porn has just been making Sigmund Freud unfathomably powerful?
Become more
Yes.
powerful
I
than
mean,
we can ever dream.
yes.
Exactly.
That
He's
is
becoming the eldritch god of innuendos.
Oh, God,
no.
fuck.
He's become the eldritch god of incest.
He's behind all of those sister stories that Japan likes so much.
Yeah, hey, be fair. He's also part of the Western. Oh God, I'm stuck in the washing machine stories.
We don't talk about those.
Oh, Gura.
Wait, hold on. What did What?
What the fuck did Gura do this time?
Did you not see her Luigi's Mansion 1 playthrough?
What do you
I
mean
didn't, and
Luigi's
now I have
Mansion?
something
Luigi
else.
Mansion 3, but part 1.
Part 1, yeah.
I saw
Part 2
part
is
of part
starting.
1.
Oh, so
Mhm.
one of the ghosts ate a briefcase and then tried to flee through the wall, and
yeah.
then got stuck in the wall because the briefcase wasn't as intangible as the ghost that ate it. And Gura immediately, without a fucking second of hesitation, said, "Help me, stepbrother, I'm stuck."
I mean, we knew what kind of person Gura was.
I'm aware. I am aware. I'm just saying her entire stream was fucking quote mine gold.
I mean, you're right. I don't think it's gonna get as good as Ame saying I was playing with my feet and chat just like listen. Whoever clips that, it should just be writing in the '90s. Just starts playing as they just have the chat scroll go.
I don't know, man. Where is I've recorded all of the fucking quotes from that. That was something special. Let's see if I can find it again. Yeah. I don't really understand ASMR at all, but whenever I'm doing other things, I'll put on the food eating ASMR. And hold on a second. I think I just stumbled upon a revelation I didn't want to share with you.
Was it mukbang ASMR?
Yeah, the mukbang ASMR.
I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
what?
So there's a section of Twitch streams called mukbang, and basically it's where a
It's a
person,
Korean trend.
yeah, it's where a person orders a shit ton of food, and the entire stream is just the person slowly eating the food.
See?
I'm talking about like 3 meals worth of food, and over the course of the stream they eat it.
See?
And for more information, Gura also tells the time of the year by what food she's eating and by what holiday she's eating food at. So like,
Oh, Gura.
yeah, like
So just, like,
she
brain.
identifies holidays by what food she ate that day.
The shark.
Yeah, Gura is something else. I want to smash, but I can't suck him. Oh no, he is refusing to be sucked by me. Oh, never mind, I just have to suck him from behind.
I'm pretty sure she knows what she's saying.
Oh boy, no, her mouth definitely runs independently from her brain.
Yeah.
Oh boy, a fleshlight. Inconceivable, I cannot penetrate you. I like watching rug cleaning commercials in my free time because I always dreamed about being a rug cleaner.
No, okay, no, hold on. That one, I literally sent her a super chat. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Gura? It's
Dirty
the forbidden
water with
liquid.
soap is the ultimate forbidden snack because it makes me think of lattes and I just kind of want to stick a straw into it and slurp it all up.
I'm so glad chat was on board with me of, Gura, what the fuck?
Oh yes, the ultimate satisfying suck. Bashark is something else.
Something else is definitely a word I would use.
Also, she's been talking about how lonely she is all the time. And chat's like, oh, Gura needs a hug.
Yeah.
No, listen. I don't believe that I believe that the degenerates in chat want to do other things.
I'm pretty sure chat is collectively wanting to give Gura a hug. Regardless if they want to move past the hug stage is not up for debate. I'm just saying, they all want to reach the hug stage.
Yeah.
So anyway, the divorce happened around 2 years old. He doesn't remember it all, but he knows exactly that he was born in America, and then they went to Japan and stayed in Japan.
And why did they go to Weebistan?
Both of his parents were born and raised in America and were lucky enough to find each other when they were both touring Japan as tourists. From there on out, they decided to get to know each other and then marry in Japan and stay there. So his parents were just apparently massive weebs. After the divorce, when he was around 2 years old. So, by the way, the author just said he doesn't remember any of it, but then also proceeds to go into intricate detail about everything.
About remembering all of it.
Yeah. His father took him back to America to be raised while Lucien stayed in Japan. And at the age of 17, Adam's father decided it was time to go back to Japan. Why? And ensured that Adam would be able to fit in well enough by teaching him how to speak Japanese.
So, okay, no, you're
no.
ultra white. You don't fit in.
You're white. You don't fit in. I'm sorry, man.
Like,
today is Adam's first day of school after having lived in Japan for a month. He was going to Kuo Academy. How convenient.
Okay, and is the first day of school going to be who's the weird gaijin? Because if it's not, you're doing it wrong.
Due to being continuous observe, a new skill observe has been created through repeated observe. A skill that shows information of the target. Information discerned increases on skill level. With a sigh of defeat at the realization of the world he was in, Adam thought of what to do. I'm sorry, a sigh of realization? A sigh of realization? Twice Critical didn't give you that. Literally in the first fucking chapter of DxD, they talk about Twice Critical. And Sacred Gears. And you going to Kuo is what tipped you off as to what world you're in. Jesus Christ. Someone called Gura. She needs to give up her blind crown to this individual.
Yeah. Jesus fuck.
While most of his original memories were gone, it was mostly targeted important stuff like where he lived, his grades, and his name. Memories of anime were intact. Yes.
How is the grades important?
Grades are not important. They are forgotten. I don't know. I don't know why high school grades are considered important by the author. Probably because he's still in high school. Just gotta remember that. He doesn't realize yet that high school grades mean absolutely fucking nothing.
Yep.
These memories were normally useless, specifically about anime, as they were just stuff to keep you entertained, but now he was in an anime and had to live like an anime. Using Observe on his lamp, he enjoyed the usefulness that was immediately present, because it told him that his lamp was made of aluminum to increase the durability.
You should scrap that.
Yeah, scrap it, turn it into a bucket.
Turn it into a bucket, which will then turn into bullets.
Adam used Observe a few more times and leveled it up from that. Really, from just observing items in your room, you leveled up Observe? Really? Okay. Interesting power scaling.
By the way, Observe starts off telling him, like, the composition of things.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, level 1 Observe.
Level Observe should be like, it's a lamp. I think it's made of metal, but it might be shitty porcelain. I don't know.
Effectively. But no, the author is too dumb. Remember, we already established that the author is dumb. I know this was a while back, but, you know, I just have to keep commenting on how garbage this entire story is and how fucking stupid this author is throughout the entire thing. So anyway, for some reason, the author decides that his character was so smart for looking at household items for a while to give his character one more wisdom. So then Adam made some food for himself. and found out that he had a menu with a bunch of options on it. And he looked at his inventory, and he was like, wow, I have an inventory. Wanted to finish his omelet. Adam reached forward and reached inside, but couldn't find the spatula. He started taking his arm out while thinking how much he wanted. He started to take his arm out after trying to search for the spatula, but couldn't find it. But then started thinking about how much he would like to find that spatula. And then realized that the spatula was in his hand. Grabbing it, he slowly pulled out and discovered that it was his spatula. Huzzah! I can now finish the omelet, Adam proclaimed triumphantly. You need a spatula to make omelets? Fucking weak.
Also, you're like talking to yourself like a real loser.
Yeah. He messed around with the inventory for a few minutes, but while in the middle of pulling the spatula out, he smelled something burning. So wait. Are you saying that he was messing with the inventory for a few minutes, and that at the end of the previous paragraph where he pulled the spatula out, he smelled something burning? Or did he then proceed to keep messing with the inventory for a few more minutes, and then as he was pulling the spatula out again, he smelled something burning? Because, author, you are trash. You are senior year, author, supposedly, according to you, your senior year? Really? Because I think you failed
How many times
English.
has it been your senior year?
Yeah.
17?
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's actually a senior, as in, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this really the English standards of senior level English now? Jesus Christ.
Boy, it's fallen
It's
far.
fallen. Oh no,
I mean,
the
it's not
omelet,
better
he said.
than your level high school Spanish teachers usually give you.
Taking the omelet out of the pan and onto the plate. You taking it out onto the plate? That's a really weird wording, but okay. I don't know why you didn't just tip the, I mean, if you properly made this omelet, you should just be able to tip the pan onto the plate.
Just slide that
He
out.
didn't properly make the omelet, obviously.
Apparently. I don't think this author has ever actually made food for himself, which is why he never described how the guy made the omelet, and just said, oh yeah, he totally just made an omelet, and he needed a spatula for it, because that's what you do with spatulas, you make omelets with them. So anyway, he gains cooking skill, because of course he does. Then he checked his time limit, and he was like, wow, 20 more minutes before I have to leave. And since he already figured out his stats, he then decided to look at his skills, and then he selected his skills, and he was like, wow, I have 4 skills, and he's using a bunch of Roman numerals instead of actually writing the word. So I'm just like a game character. Yeah, fucking wow, is this really like a revelation that's shocking to you, author? Really? You got the power of the gamer. What's my job? Being a video game character. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Be a video game character in this world. Okay, let me check what skills I have. Oh my god, I'm just like a video game character.
A retarded one.
Author, you might want to pump that int on your character a bit higher, but I don't think that'll help you in real life. So anyway, yeah, I'm really done with this. I just kind of really gonna sleep on this one. So Citri, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Secretary's corpse got off the ground, so apparently the secretary's a zombie now. And he's like, "Oh man, is this?"
He
Because...
just needs to use the French on it, clearly.
Yeah, he went to school and stuff happened, and now the secretary is a zombie, and he's like, oh my god, this is because I'm in a game. And he's like, holy shit, the zombie's level 8 and I'm level 1. And he's like, a quest gained, kill 10 zombies. And the game has noticed you are now in a zombie illusion barrier. Let's get you some levels before class starts. You have 30 minutes to do it. Reward. Plus 500 XP and increased closeness. Failure. Everyone hates you.
That's
That's rough, buddy.
hell of a jump there, game.
Adam read the mission twice, and to make sure he didn't miss anything. Well, the free XP would be nice, and being able to get good reputation was nice. The downsides, if he was unable to do it, was so bad he declined the quest. Another thing is that Adam... Why is this centered? Why is this paragraph centered? Another thing is that Adam wanted to do his best. Wait, hold. Everyone shut the fuck up. I want you all to listen to this really fucking closely. The other reason why he declined to accept the quest to kill zombies is because he wanted to be a good person.
Generally speaking, removing undead threats is a solid in every video game.
Adam knows that pacifism isn't possible, but he wants to try in DxD with no power. Yeah. So not only is this author not understanding what pacifism is not fighting. Pacifism is not starting the fight.
It's a reluctance to fight, not a full-on I won't fight. Like, I always jump to this. You don't fuck with a Shaolin monk in a fist fight.
They're pacifists.
Or any fight, generally speaking, actually. They're quite terrifying.
They're pacifists, not stupid. If you punch them, they will punch you back.
And it's gonna hurt. Like, I got news for you. Their punch, probably better than your punch.
If only because they've been practicing it for so long.
Yes, indeed. He wants to help people. Wait, he's seen too many people's lives ruined because of fighting, and he wants to avoid that. I won't kill zombies because people's lives get ruined by fighting.
This is really starting to sound like Dragon Ball Z Gohan, fucking retard.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He wants to help people, but sadly, he knows how games work. Games operate on the idea that you kill things to become stronger.
Are you sure this is some parody?
This is not parody.
No, I fucking wish.
And to become stronger and survive in this world, he would have to do things that he doesn't like. For thinking about things, your wisdom has increased by 1.
Yes, this wisdom is made out of wisdom. Your wisdom is... Yeah.
I once again wholeheartedly insist that this author makes a correction to this story, where every single time this character apparently gains wisdom, they should also lose intelligence, because they are doing, by far, some of the stupidest fucking decisions I've ever fucking seen. I won't kill a zombie because I'm pacifistic, and killing things is wrong. Okay, well that zombie's gonna go eat people. Specifically you in this instance. Well, maybe if the zombie fights me, I'll kill it. But I want to be pacifistic because fighting is wrong.
Bruh. This is less pacifist and more pathetic.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Thinking about how to leave this barrier and survive his general future. Also, I love this here. Adam realized that he would have to do things he doesn't like to get stronger, which is why he declined the quest that gives him free XP and makes him stronger, because he didn't like it. His justification for declining a quest was the reason why he declined the quest.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Checks out. It's a
This
circular
was
argument, but
literally
it checks out.
giving me a headache.
It's literally a recursive argument. In like a glitchy way too. It's an anti-recursive argument where it's like, I have to fight and get stronger so I can survive, but I don't like this thing, so I'm not gonna do it, but I know I have to do things that I don't like to fight and survive. So I won't do the thing that makes me stronger because I don't like it. Like, wait, hold on. Wait, well, are you sure your wisdom's going up? Because I think they're both going down now. I really like how the author's like, wisdom is common sense, and then literally every decision that has increased his wisdom from here has not been common sense. It's been anti-common sense.
This is adventure game logic right here.
Anyway, so he just turned around and went the opposite direction of the horde, trying to avoid conflict with the zombies.
As one does.
Yeah, as one does. A minute later, he was a good distance away from the horde, but lost in the massive school. Double checking the corridors to make sure there was no more zombies, Adam eventually sat down in the middle of a room and closed his eyes and thought about what to do, and proceeded to focus on his current problem. Zombies. His current problem as zombies. Zombies were undead, created by reanimating a corpse. Zombies were dead people who were made with magic. Modern depictions of zombies don't always involve magic, but often use science fiction methods, such as carriers.
Ah, yes. Allow me to my aircraft carrier, my carrier. I shall deploy my zombies with it.
There's yeet those zombies.
He's referring to disease carriers, but I think what the author is being retarded about is he's not quite understanding what that means.
So is he using Nurgle flyers, or is he using...
Because he then goes on to say, radiation causes zombies. What game causes zombies with radiation?
Fallout.
They're not zombies.
Yeah, but this author probably thinks they're zombies.
That's fair enough. Mental diseases, as opposed to non-mental diseases?
Physical diseases, yeah, I suppose. Still kind of weird to use diseases for mental stuff.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I agree with the author that communism does in fact make a person not human anymore, but I really don't think that's what he's going for here. But you know, I won't correct him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not what he's going for, and that's just you.
Well, no, he's differentiated physical diseases from mental diseases, and if you've differentiated getting a virus from getting a mental disease, then the only way you can catch a mental disease would be an ideology, and the only ideology that I see that creates zombies is communism. Because every other ideology requires you to at least think about things.
Slightly. Depending.
Like, fucking Christ, even flat earthers try and use more math than a communist.
Yeah. Because they actually have to prove something.
Showing how big a planet is a lot easier than trying to figure out how to feed 8 billion people.
Especially when you stole all their money and went to Maui.
Yeah, and stole all their food and, you know, moved it away from them. Yeah. Wait, all the only thing left, it's kind of hard to feed them, you know.
It is kind of hard to feed people, but if you kill them all, you don't have to think about feeding them anymore.
Ah, yes, the North Korean strategy.
Carriers, mental diseases, vectors, pathogens.
Those are some science words.
Science.
These are all literally the exact same thing, you fuck!
Ah, yes. I too do hate when I get turned into a zombie by moth. Or a fucking shit.
And here we see Sneaky slowly breaking down.
Let me just, next time I ever need a list of science stuff, I'll just list random science words. I'll be like, yes, the reasons why this thing will happen is because of vectors and thermonucleic acid and, you know... I'll just pull fucking Hollywood and start combining a bunch of science-sounding words together.
Yes, the resonator is discombobulating. Excellent.
I also how the last part of this list is science accidents. It's like science accidents involving, say, diseases, radiation, and parasites. Things you've already fucking I forgot science was the 4th type of disease. My bad.
Exactly.
Yo, science. Hey,
return to monkey.
Listen.
Have you guys
If
caught
I've learned
science
anything
recently?
from the Christian scientists, it's that science is absolutely a disease.
Science, big mistake.
Return to monkey.
Just let me fucking repeat myself 5 goddamn times. Yeah, okay, author. Got it. You used a bunch of big sounding science words. Aren't you fucking special? Holy shit.
Yes, science. Science.
Luckily, he knew what type of world he was in, which removed all of the science fiction zombies.
No, actually.
In fact, it probably adds them.
That's more.
DxD is one of those worlds that it's completely legitimate for someone as a plot point to just be like, I scientifically invented a zombie virus. That's
Fuck you.
That is completely in flow for DxD. So I'm really not sure why you would be like, there is no such thing as science in DxD. Because this is a world of supernatural beings that include, but is not limited to, gods,
science.
Buddhas, devils, angels, fallen angels, and dragons. These beings are hidden from the public.
They don't put too much effort in sometimes.
They really don't.
Yeah.
Now, back on hand with zombies, they can usually be resurrected through evil and dark rituals. I mean, not at all actually. Most like non-horror based stuff doesn't really even need rituals. Like, no, I'm just thinking like D&D, which is the basis of pretty much all modern magical derivative. It's just a spell. It's not even like a big spell you have to do. It's literally a spell that takes you like 6 seconds and some grave ash, and then you have a zombie.
I cast reanimate undead.
Yeah. It's literally that's it. There's no big ritual. It's not even an evil ritual. All you have to do is wave your hands around a bunch, say some words, and then sprinkle grave ash on a corpse, and now they're a zombie. It doesn't even require you to kill them. Like, you can just find a corpse and just be like, sprinkle grave ash. All right, I have a zombie minion now. It's
epic.
Like, so far from evil or dark ritual that it's not even. So, well, okay. So, let's see. What's another example? Skyrim. That's also just a spell that is also casually just explained to people. Like, casually. You can just go to college.
You can buy it at your local pawn shop.
Yeah. It's common knowledge. I mean, don't get me wrong. People hate you for doing it, not because it's evil or dark or something, but they just really hate the idea of their relatives being used as foot soldiers involuntarily.
They don't think you're evil. They're just like, come on, man, that's my Uncle Jim.
Yeah. Now, admittedly, in places like Cyrodiil, where they've outlawed necromancy, the necromancers...
places like Syria.
Yeah. Yeah, Syria, with all those necromancers in Syria.
Exactly.
Now, in Cyrodiil, where they have all outlawed necromancy, yes, the necromancers go around killing people and doing evil and dark rituals that trap their souls into soul gems and etc., etc. Yeah, that's called what happens when you outlaw something, is it doesn't go away, it just gets hidden, and all of the worst aspects of it get amplified because now they don't have to worry about the law anymore. Kind of like how when you outlawed alcohol, the alcohol quality got worse because there was no longer anyone to regulate the alcohol quality, and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people died. Not just because the government spiked the alcohol with poisons, which they did, but also because people didn't quite know what safety standards were when they weren't being actively enforced, and they didn't really care what they were when they weren't actively being enforced, because it's like, what are you going to do? You're already going to arrest me for making the alcohol, why should I bother making it safely? You know, so...
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm struggling to come up with something that's dark and evil ritual that makes zombies. I guess Doom?
Kinda, I guess.
Anything else? Dark, evil, magical ritual that makes zombies. Max, Atin, you got anything?
I mean,
technically, quite.
Well, anything that would borrow from voodoo stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
I
it.
suppose.
Because, like, zombies are very much old, like, voodoo magic.
Yeah.
True.
But like old
I feel like
voodoo...
I feel like I don't see it much, honestly.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it really
in
doesn't.
sci-fi fantasy anymore. Like, yeah, there's like, oh, big evil necromancer, but weirdly enough, those don't get a lot of play.
It's primarily just Japanese games, I suppose, where it's like not Japanese games, Japanese animes, where like the villain in a fantasy world where the villain is like some sort of necromancer, and they're in some sort of dark, dank, crypt-like lair, and they're doing some unspecified ritual that's doing some unspecified thing that just looks really like evil thematically, and they never really get into any details about what the ritual's actually supposed to do, but the guy raises the dead to serve as foot soldiers, so clearly that's evil and dark and stuff. So I guess that's the best example I got. Just generic necromancer in anime.
Yeah.
So again, I'm really not sure what the author is trying to go with here with spouting off all of this blatantly false information.
Well, they're being retarded.
Which either creates an artificial soul for the body or uses dark mana to control the body. I would like to see some sources, because I have no fucking idea what you're referencing, because again, I don't know.
Let's be real here. Neither does the author.
Yeah, I don't know what he's referencing, because I've never seen any of either of those. Some evil mana, like generic isekai anime I've seen. Oh, the skeleton's glowing purple. That means it's undead and evil.
Yes.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess that's dark mana.
Monkey brain see dark color.
Yeah,
dark.
basically. Opening his eyes, he read out the notification. He needs to use holy magic. Oh wow, the good guy's gonna be a paladin.
Amazing.
Or a cleric, I guess.
Wow, or cleric, yeah. Who fucking saw that one coming? Not me. Totally didn't see that coming.
I wonder if the
Never
evil
see
one.
it coming.
So anyway, holy magic. Magic isn't something he knows, but he believes he has enough of an idea to start out. And so he opens his eyes, saying that he got more wisdom and intelligence for thinking about zombies. And then he concentrates on his palm, trying to create.
Contemplate zombies.
Yeah, so he really like focuses on his palm, and then suddenly holy light starts sparking out of his palm, and he feels really exhausted. And then a blue ball shoots from his palm. And it's like energy bolt has been created through the repeated use of mana, a skill that is attacks by emitting mana. Attack power scales within. Range is 33 feet. Frowning at the message, as it was a skill that was meant for attacking, he didn't want to hurt the zombies.
How many
Fucking,
times did you get to say that?
fucking retard. Just fucking Christ.
This is peak cringe.
This is genuine,
Yeah.
actual cringe.
Advanced cringe, in fact.
But he did note that he was getting a better idea of how to heal things. Adam once again tried to move his mana in a holy way, and noticed immediately that it was
No.
easier to do so.
Wait, hang on. If he only wants to heal, and you guys know what usually happens when you use healing magic on undead
I'm aware, yes.
in
Yeah.
medium, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. The
Adam
zombies,
once
man.
again tried to move
Maybe you
his
should have put
mana.
that wisdom to
This
use.
time, this time instead of forcing it out, he directed it inwards and focused on the thought of restoring his HP. After a bit, he felt tired once again, but better physically. You literally would not feel better physically because you're at full HP. So you would not notice a change in your health because your health did not change. The skill lowest version of healing has been created through the repeated use of mana. A skill that heals by using mana. Heals for 50 HP plus wisdom. Getting off the ground, he looked for a zombie, and then when he found a zombie, he tried to heal it with healing. Hopefully, if he was using healing correctly, and he guessed correctly about the healing, he would be able to exorcise the evil out of the zombie.
Exercise? Wait. Oh, exercise. Yeah, I actually spelled it correctly. I was wondering.
Yeah. Woo!
And that is the sound of him pouring additional alcohol.
By the way, it sounds like it's time
We
for us to
require
be
additional
done here.
gold. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Excellent.
So yeah, let me wrap it up right here. Let's see what it does to the zombie. And so he tries to heal the zombie, and a few short minutes later, he finally found a zombie to heal. Putting his head on the zombie that was faking being asleep. What? Putting his head on the zombie that was faking being asleep?
Stop saying words.
Stop saying words. Stop reading what this author's tripe
He
is.
cast lowest healing before it had an opportunity to
In
wake
fact,
up and
accelerate.
jump on him. Backing away quickly, he heard the zombie groan in pain before it started advancing on him. And using Observe, it showed he did damage to the zombie. And okay, so he kept healing the zombie. Adam found out he wasn't even close enough to having the time required to heal the zombie back to full. So he decided
Gonna try and cure the zombie.
Yes. Wait for it. So he decided to change his plan. Instead of helping all of the zombies, he would try and leave the illusion barrier so he could return at a later time and come back and heal all of the zombies out of zombiness.
Yep.
And then he thought
Yes.
about leaving the illusion barrier, and glass shattered around him, and he created a new skill to leave the ID escape. There.
Yeah, the thing.
Not
I just-
incredibly overpowered. More so
The
than
thing and
usual.
stuff.
A little bit, yeah. Usually it requires you completing some sort of objective or, I don't know, being away from combat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, the author's been sure to mention that not only is this a world that runs on anime logic, it also runs on lewd logic, which means any scenario where he would end up with his face in panties or grabbing someone's breasts, it will happen. And that's exactly
Yes.
what happened. Is that
It's like Murphy's Law, but for anime.
he popped back into existence groping Sona.
Excellent. Anything that can go lewd will go lewd.
So
Inevitably.
that was a great story, author, and I really appreciate you sharing it with us. I would also appreciate it if you never updated the story again, and also never made another new story ever again. Just
some of those
generally cease
reviews.
writing. Yeah.
Those reviews, I checked some of them just
Oh, yeah.
myself, and whoo, fucking Christ.
Are the reviews like cringe good or cringe bad?
There was someone with some slightly okay takes, and there's just like complete retardation.
Of like amazing story, author, please more.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, with that
God.
all being said, I'll see you guys on Tuesday, because there is always more, and it does always get worse.